Hello everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to Anno 1800. Now in the last episode I was reworking and mostly focusing on parts of the New World, but I decided I don't know, it could have been better. So, here at the beginning of this episode I've got a lovely time-lapse reorganizing and beautifying the New World. That's why I'm floating over the Old World, don't want to spoil it, and we're going to jump right into that. So let's begin. Alright, so just before we hop over to the New World, just wanted to quickly touch on the fact that I'm always upgrading the artisans into engineers, trying to target that 7,500 number so we can activate the subway system and see what that's all about. And as well, just get about 10,000 engineers in the background so that we have ample room for upgrades and that the Research Institute can be used to its full potential. Now that we're in the New World, you want to strap yourselves in. We got about 10 minutes of a time-lapse here. Mostly focusing on the city and beautification, but a little bit here at the beginning on production. We're going to be moving fast through this, so I can't talk through everything, but of course here, just moving the cow chuck right up against the mountains to make use of the space that I kind of left a gap there. And then kind of redoing this side of the industry on the right-hand side of the island, where we've got... It was kind of brushing up a bit too close to the actual city limits, if you want to think of it that way, or the population. So I'm pushing them just a little bit further out, closer to the fuel depot, and just nudging that over ever so slightly. And we're going to be building more farms and other things out here that can be used for probably animal farms, things that don't really need to be in and around the hacienda itself, which is on the other side. So that's coming, but things will often change here in the future, even in this video. Later on, we get an item that goes into this trade union that can replace felt, I think, for alpaca wool directly, something like that. I can't quite remember. We didn't actually use it, but I got the item. So I remember thinking like, oh, so now I'm going to have to move the poncho darners further away, or like into the radius of the trade union. So it's all this is just to say that things might even change here a little bit. So I didn't want to spend too much time focusing on the intricacies of how I built this, because it might change a little bit. But basically what we have is the bombin weavers, we have the cloth production, the felt, and the poncho darners all surrounding the alpaca wool, basically, with the trade union covering almost all of it. I was going to put in the burrito or tortilla makers there, but decided to move them out towards the brick area down there, just as a separate little mini industry area that we have down here going alongside the train tracks. Oh man, that was a lot to catch up on and talk about. Now you'll see as we get further into this episode today, this game's it's really not trying my patience, it's testing my limits in terms of brain capacity because there's so much to keep track of. So what I'm doing here is removing all the fish oil, moving the plantains over, right? We use the fish oil with bananas, I guess, to make plantains. And I got that item, the chocolatier, I think, something like that. Anyway, he takes in, instead of the fish oil, he mixes coca beans with the plantains to give us the same thing. So I was like, great, we'll build hacienda farms. I tried not to do too much building in the time-lapse because obviously that's the main content of the actual normal videos. But I decided, okay, yeah, I'll just remove those fish oil, we'll put down this instead. And then I quickly realized that we need so much of them. And this is something that happened to me later in this video too, which is we end up needing so many farms that I feel like I'm just doing something wrong. However, it has dawned on me that with this mod, with a variety of mods, tractor barns aren't really as effective as they used to be. At least I don't think so. People could correct me if I'm wrong on that. And that could be one of the main areas of where I'm running into trouble, I guess. Because it just seems like the footprint of our farms are huge, even when using haciendas and things like that. So we'll see if we can solve that later on, because I really, towards the end of this one, get like just completely overwhelmed, and I'm thinking, what do we do next? I think I know what to do, but still, I'd like to hear what people think. Anyways, I'm going on a bit. So that's kind of all the production changes, right? I got some coca plantations down, so that we can then get the plantains, up and running properly. And that should satisfy everybody. Now, while doing reworks like this, often what happens, you'll see, is like the population will collapse. There's going to be problems back in the old world, which we'll solve a bit later. But the money is really good right now because I passed the consumption tax thing, so at least money is going to be going up just fine. And I've got people waiting to purchase items at the various traders, so you might see dips in cash every now and then when I'm making those purchases. Alright, so in organizing this city, ultimately, I was deciding that we're going to go for a lot of blocks, right? It's not going to be that creative and crazy, although I do get a little bit more creative with the little Jornalero village in a moment, but for the most part, around the city center, which is where that electricity is, I wanted to keep a blocky sort of uniform look. The main reason is that we can upgrade these guys into the terraced obreros, which really do become quite rigid and blocky, really, generally. So not a lot of side streets or things would really make sense there. They seem to kind of connect together, so you want to kind of keep that blocky feel going for these ones anyway. But I tried to separate things out by creating gaps in the roads that we could put down market stalls or trees. Up here, I'm doing a Jornalero little farmer area. I say farmer, but yeah, you know what I mean. Tier 1 residence area. So they're kind of more rural. They have their own little market. The church is near the market, and they're pushing it right up against the mountains. But I didn't want to go too far out. It's more like a little community that I decided to even give walls, which I'll do in a moment, to, I don't know, just kind of create like this feeling of isolation seems like the wrong word, but you get the idea. A closed community that's separate to the more urban city center, I guess. Maybe they've been there longer, that kind of thing. So we gave them a little wall, and then I didn't actually show it too often, but periodically I'd go in there and kind of make gaps in the wall so that there'll be pathways through it. Now, then we have the actual upgraded version of the Jornaleros here, right? It's like the terraced Jornaleros, higher density, more packed in together, but higher requirements as well. And to avoid just building in a block all the time, I did separate those out, because they're not necessarily fully connected all the time. So I thought, yeah, that could be kind of cool. We'll give them a bit more space, and I'll put little streets and things in between them. There's some really nice ornaments in the mod pack that fits with the kind of base tile that they have. They have like a stone kind of base to them. That's not quite the kind of orangey tile color that you get with the haciendas, that kind of thing. It's not that, as you can see here. It's just like a more kind of grayish stone that looks quite nice, that you can only really get with the mod. So again, just choosing different ornaments to fill in there, putting some statues in there, some various stalls and stands, and then it's just like city lights pack can go in there. A few different things can kind of fit in there quite nicely. This is when I realized that I needed more coca plants in order to fulfill the plantain demand, because I noticed that the Jornalero workforce is just collapsing. So it's like, oh, we ran out of plantains. But that'll be taken care of. Anyway, so I upgraded the other group now to terraced, and then putting in again just a few more of these things. So we've got little stalls, we've got little seating areas. Stalls are really just for like on the bits that face outside. Obviously it's not like a market area, but I could imagine, you know, a little newsstand or place to sit and have a drink or whatever could be in these places. They're kind of like favelas in a way. That big building is a music hall. That's going to be modded as well, or part of a mod. So we can't build it yet until we get to 4,000 obreros. But when I spotted it, I was like, yeah, that would be a great focal point for this place as we build it up. And of course, in the future, we might have things like the beaches and the stadium and a few other things like that. So, you know, other parts of the city might have to move around. But I'm hoping that the street layouts now are sort of set and not too much will have to change from here on. So just filling back out as my schizophrenic brain moves back and forth between different things, I decided, okay, now it's time for a little bit more beautification. I know I'm not very zoomed in on this, so it might be harder to see, but just kind of gardens and shrubbery in around the Jornaleros, right? They're not going to have anything too fancy in there. The odd well placement, a few palm trees, some dirt tracks that lead out to those gaps in the pathway and the walls that I made, so doing that a little bit, which I thought made it good. I decided to have the wall be broken up a little bit with little cut-throughs and then use the wooded fence. There's 3 different varieties of fence. I guess they're all wood, but one's painted white and one's just kind of like a more villagey fence. So having that for like little enclosed gardens and things I thought kind of looked kind of cool. Like a protected flower bed, that kind of thing. So yeah, quite happy with that area. Doing my patented partly paved roads so that it looks like the dirt is just kind of on top of where the things will be paved. So you might imagine that around the church perhaps would be paved, around the market, but any further out it's just going to be kind of like trails and dirt roads that lead to each individual house. So that's the look and feel I was trying to go for there. And then as we get down towards the city, it's a bit more like, yeah, stone should be almost everywhere, and what's the word, like kind of, yeah, these walls to kind of enclose the various areas and just separate them a little bit. But I was trying to think of something else. Anyway, I lost it. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, at the back of the hospital, I didn't have any idea of what I was going to fill in here. I didn't want to just add more houses, so I decided to give them sort of like their own, I guess, a park. It might not necessarily be the hospital's park, but it's right next to it, so I thought it could look kind of cool just playing around, trying to use more negative space just generally, which means like not every tile has to be filled with something. It could be filled with just plain grass, and that's totally okay. Even like normally I would do that, but just in like 1 or maybe 2. But now I'm doing bigger patches of like 3 or 4 tiles. It might just all be completely empty. And I did that with the paving up at the, what I described just a minute ago as favelas. It's like, oh, just like a little street that's just blank. Nothing on it, just 3 little empty tiles of stone. And it can just look quite good, because it's like, yeah, there isn't stuff everywhere all the time. everywhere, like in real life. So it just seemed to make sense to use, like, to blank it out sometimes. Unfortunately, for something here like the power plant, there is no blank tile for the that hacienda kind of base bottom. I felt like I saw it in the modded content, but I can't find it anymore. I was there scrolling through, just couldn't find it. So then I was thinking of other things to put in. Oh, actually, I'm just trying to think now. Yeah, oh yeah, there's the square tile, but there isn't like the one you get in the hacienda, I guess. Unless I'm mistaken or missing it. Anyways, going around the stadium, or the music hall now, I realized that I actually forgot to pave out a street on the right side of it. So it has one on the left, but on the right side I totally forgot. And I put in some like kind of little market stalls in here, the ones that come with the New World Rising and the Fiesta pack. So just a little busy little, I don't know, I was going to say Spanish little stalls and market town at the back of it. I don't know if they're technically Spanish, but yeah, it's all good. You know what I mean. For the town hall, always like to use arches. I was looking at the different varieties of town hall and trying to see if there was any good ones for the new world, but unfortunately there's not. So the ones I use in the old world are actually different varieties. So now just the default version looks pretty good here because it's kind of painted yellow and stuff. Then just kind of padding out the gaps I left with trees. So palm trees and flower beds are basically are alternating on the white picket fence, and that looks quite good to kind of break up the kind of main road and the rail line from the housing. But I didn't want to just put that down everywhere, so I was using combinations of walls, little bits of markets, sometimes stands, and then sometimes just, like I said, negative space. Just putting down some paving, blank paving, as if maybe stalls do go here, but maybe they're not here today, or whatever the case might be. And then as we get closer to the town center, using the more specific New World stalls and little seating areas for people to hang around, I added 2 police stations quite close to each other. I'm not too sure if that looks quite good. I just thought it'd be nice to have 2 next to each other as a bigger kind of complex, and they have their own sort of storage area. So that's at least the idea there. Paving out a bit more trees, or putting down more trees, and then kind of eroding them just slightly to make it look like we've cut into them ever so slightly as we've taken bits from them where we've urbanized. At least that's the idea with those, so that can look actually pretty good from a distance. But it can take a damn long time, because you have to do it bit by bit. And then I realized that we didn't have a town hall over on this side. So this one could be more suited then for Jornaleros very specifically, because that's where most of that workforce are going to be. So I was thinking that anyone that town hall covers should probably be demoted down to Jornalero, either the dense version or not. At least that way they kind of have a theme going on to that town hall. And that's going to be pretty much it. We'll have a little look around the town just here at the end, or at the beginning of the gameplay, but then we'll be mostly getting into the old world again to focus on fixing up on all the things I neglected while this was going on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the new and improved island of Tarraco. Now, of course, things are a little temporary. Yeah, well, temporary might be the wrong word. I guess in the future, as we modernize, we'll get access to things like the artistas, the beaches, the football stadium, all that kind of stuff might encourage a redesign again, restaurants and the like. And of course, we might go over to the bigger island as well in the future. But for now, this is definitely a good baseline to have. I don't think any of the streets or the general layout's going to change for quite a long time, but perhaps in the distant future. Now, there's actually a little festival going on right now. People are delighted that I finally paid some attention to this area. It's a festival for me. It's actually a festival for the arts, so kind of makes sense that we beautified the town. And then we have, of course, the music hall. So it's not something I've built before, and it requires, I think, 4,000 obreros before you can get it. So not too sure about it, but I just thought, I saw it there, and I was like, yep, that would be good just to, you know, be the kind of focal point for the center of the town in the future. Alright, now, we're not going to spend much time here. One thing I wanted to do is just quickly check down at Isabella Sarmento and see if there's any items that we want to get. Affects the Bomb and Weaver. Substitute workforce. Takes in felt. Oh no, sorry. Just takes in alpaca wool instead of felt. Cut out that chain a bit. How very interesting. That would actually work quite well because we need more dung. So I'd rather have more animal farms to get that byproduct. So that could be kind of interesting. Yeah, alright. We'll send this one back up then. Now, you may have noticed, right, a lot of time has passed. We're making really good money. That's because 16,000 is coming from propaganda, so cut that out. We're only making about 6. We have over 2 million in the bank, though, now, so now we can finally start to buy up some items a bit better. And really, for today's focus, I'm not really going to be focused here too much. We're going to be focused in the New World, because
are healthy again.
as all this time has been passing, I've neglected the old world, and something's gone wrong. We've too many workers, basically, and the consumption is too high for a variety of things. It's mostly on the pescatarian side, so let's have a look. So they're missing sewing machines. We're actually missing sewing machines in the New World as well. That's the thing I'm mainly missing. But here, for the pescatarians, I'm lacking seafood stew, suits, and sardines. So we're going to do a bit of a suit overhaul and try to get those other things fixed as well. Now, if you remember, when our workers fall down, we stop producing a bunch of things. It's a real collapse kind of problem that you can run into. And I don't actually have any farmers on this island, so I can't upgrade the workforce quickly. What we could do, actually, I suppose maybe just give us a little boost, is hold Alt and lower those guys down. So now that'll get the workforce going again, because we don't need them. And I've extended out some of the engineers yet again, even further, so we're going to keep doing that. We're now up to 6,200, so making progress. Painful, bit slow, but it's happening. Right, so at the moment, we have 4 suit factories here. Gonna pull these out, put them in their own little area. And we're going to go for, I think, 12. Just a random number I'm kind of pulling out of my ass, basically, but it's what we're going to do. So our trade union can go right there, just even temporarily. And this one is affecting cloth industries, right? We have a power loom for 35% productivity on cloth, and then a 40% productivity and a 35% reduction in workforce for tailor shop, ball manufacturer, costume shop, and the suits factories themselves. So we could maybe actually just do 6. I was going to just double it up on the other side, kind of like that, and then put some of the cloth industries in between. But let me just see. I suppose we should hook these up to a road before it panics. Not that it can operate right now anyway, but just so we can understand what's happening. Let's say suit. So that'll be 17 under 13, and then globally 17 under 14. Maybe even just one more, and then we have a placeholder for the future. The editor announces the latest edition of the newspaper. Yeah. Let's not run any propaganda, and let's accept this propaganda quest. Oh, I'm such a fool. Just delete it. That's a +2 and then probably a negative. I always forget. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Alright, so it was only -2 overall. Not too bad, but yeah, a bit of a mistake. Damn, he's always in there right after the propaganda. I forget every time. I'm so stupid. Every time. I'm just like, yeah, newspaper, go. And then he's like, hey, do you want to run a quest?
Escape yourself.
Oh, be quiet. Alright, so, because, I'm thinking that we probably would be good to overproduce these. So, basically, you need linen, and we're a bit... here's another thing. We're boosting them. Let's turn that off. So it's a bit of a false number there, just slightly. I'll look again. So 17 over 14. But I know that we're going to be growing, and the engineers are the ones that take in these, and so are the artisans. I'm not sure if the investors take fur coats, do they? Because instead of fur coats, we're making suits as a replacement. So I just expect that we're going to need even more. So let's just assume we will, and we'll double it up, and we'll just try to meet the demand. So let's go for it. I don't know why I blueprinted it. What do you want? An escort quest. I don't know what kind of escort that is, but I'm gonna say no. Actually, I chose not to. Beryl, thank you. She can't handle the rejection. Now, our linen factories are here. These are the old linen factories that only take in hemp. But the new linen factories, since the mod updated, take in linseed. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass, because we have to have another thing now. So you get rid of those. I'm gonna put down another couple of these next to the trade union. Of course, it can be separated out a bit. So I'd say maybe 4, perhaps. Maybe we can build that road around here. So this could move in the future. It's just to get the layout right and see how we're doing. All right, and do they have electricity? Surprisingly, not really. Even just down from there, they didn't quite get it. Wow. Well, we can assume they'll have it in the future. In fact, we could build another power plant now. Yeah, even with a straight line going down here. I'm just surprised. And it's a shame we can't really squeeze it in this gap. Would have been a good gap to go for, but 1, 2, yeah, it's just one tile too much with the roads on this side. And we can't move that over any further, can we? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Shifting that over by 1 would allow us to slot all this up a bit further, which would be nice. Little textile factory there could also fit in if we wanted to, because it's cloth industry.
We are missing all the elements to produce.
I think it's worth trying.
With someone at your shoulder.
So let's just move one of these out of the way. We'll grab these, shift them over, and I guess we'll have to get rid of that little bit of road. Alright, so all of you, come with me. Good job, Darren. You put it in the exact same place. Alright, better. Get these out of here, just for a moment. Get that out of here. That could stay. And I guess I'll just move this for a moment as well. Just so we have a clear... Well, I guess instead of trying to move the whole thing, let's just do it in bits. So that can go all the way up to here. Oh yeah, is this going to fit now? Not that it has to fit in that configuration. But if we're this deep in, we want everything surrounding it to be, like, useful, right? Cloth industries and the like. So maybe that could go about here then. You could do this so many ways. But yeah, let's just do that for now. 2 here. 2 there. And then see if we can get these 6 down here. Alright, we did it. There's a bit of redundancies on either side though. That's the only thing I would say is kind of inefficient. Also, we don't have a road connecting the very, very inside bit. So let's just collapse some of this. It's ridiculous, the amount that we need. Oh, I suppose we don't need it. I'm overbuilding on purpose. I assume we will need it, though, in the future.
In my mind's eye, a warehouse revealed.
Alright, so you need warehouse and stuff. That's okay. We'll give it to you in just a sec. Alright, cool. Now, is there anything that could affect some of our buddies here? The sewing machine factories. Productivity 30%. Boom, it'll boost all of these guys. So get rid of that building now. Substitute workforce. Oh, it takes in workers instead. I'd actually rather take the artisans. That'd be better for me. It's going to turn this off for a second. We're low on workers. But we'll get them back up in a moment. I made the same mistake in here, actually. So let me try this. Where we don't have a road. Alright, there we go. And then we need warehouses. Oh boy. Man, the population just keeps falling. Damn. Oh well, I'll just have to deal with it, I guess. These are taking... I suppose actually just until we have these ready, turn them off. And turn these off. If we don't have anything supplied, it's okay yet. Right, so linen. Now, knowing that they need linseed and flax, and they might even need more of those buildings thinking about it, we'll have to do some production over here or over on the island of Narbo. Now, Narbo could maybe go with... Yeah, we could have oil maybe on this side or something. And then we could have a fuel building to supply these with the tractor barns. I don't think I can keep up with dung. I don't have enough animal farms, but definitely tractor barns. And these could all be boosted. They've all left gaps, I think, for that reason. Or not, because the gap is only 1 tile. I don't know what I was thinking there, but...
Wake me up when you're ready. What brings you here, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who did that, who designed that. It's terrible. But yeah, we'll just redo it, I guess. So we'll try to pump oil into this place. It's necessary. Right, so to do that, we need this. Electricity, oil, small oil harbor. Don't necessarily see a reason not to have it there. And then a fuel station a bit more central. Fuel reaches really far, actually. Could probably reach all the way over there. Because we needed to be hitting these in the future also. So just turn that sideways and we'll get our track. Now, what do you need? What am I lacking? Reinforced concrete, and then obviously we need more workers. But of course we're running short and all that because we're not producing enough stuff just yet. But we will. This is not my island. Here. So, give me some reinforced concrete. And I guess 30 steam motors so we can build some of the tractor barns. We won't be able to build a lot of them for a while, but we'll build with them in mind, and life should be easier that way. Alright, on the way. Okay, in the meantime, let's just get planning the build already. So just gotta get rid of these, get some of this stuff out of the way, and we'll make use of this space just the same as we did before, but just try to assume that we're going to be feeding it now with the tractor barns. Because we can do the oil. It's the dung that's a bit trickier, because you need so many animal farms. What the hell am I looking for? Oh yeah, so it's in the bread category, isn't it? There we go. Got it. Alright, so start here. Then we need a gap of 2. So you need a gap of 2 between each one, really. Alright, so that's 2 of them done. And then number 3. So yeah, I reckon let's just get rid of this for now on this side. Move this somewhere more over here. Give these guys a road. And then maybe we could try upgrade to workers or pescatarians. So that'll help our workforce. This should be all pescatarians, really. I think I just had to wait for the farmers to get what they needed when I put these down before. Alright, well, at least the workforce is balanced now. There's enough people in there that can work the oil. Did I transfer over the... I did. Oh yeah, so our 2 are there already. And in fact, I can only build 3, so let's just do this third one. And that'll be that. Just trying to think how much of that space... I guess just try to use as much of the cliff space as possible. Leave some room for other farms to maybe make use of this. But it's probably just going to be grain. So that's 212. There's 216. Alright. There we go. 3. Now, see, using mods, normally a tractor barn in the game is 200%, right? So it's like having 3. Is that it? I actually can't remember. Maybe I shouldn't speak to that because if I can't remember it. I had for some reason in my head, I thought tractor barns gave you like 3 times the output, right? Not on their own, but like when you add it to a farm, instead of 1 per minute, you're getting 3 per minute. That's what I thought it was doing. In this, we're getting 1 extra per minute. We're getting extra goods plus 1.
Engineers?
That's it.
Never.
I don't know if it's normally different or not. Now, I know the silos are definitely different, right? They're doing also extra 1, but if you can get their productivity of the building up higher, it gets even more, like, it's even crazier. So it kind of rewards you for pushing productivity high rather than just rewarding you straight off the bat for putting the building down. But we're not doing silos on these, so I guess it's irrelevant. Anyways, the other thing was then hemp. So these would need fuel. And fuel currently can't reach over there because there's no road connection. But this is where it could go. So I reckon with a paved road, we'll actually reach it. Just about. We have the bricks, I suppose, so just do that. Yeah, so that reaches down now as well. Good. So all of this was hemp. Now, if we add tractors to this, we double each one's output. We are taking up more of the footprint. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to look or how it's going to work, but we keep track of what we're actually making right now. So we could just say hemp. That's 8 per minute. We'll again need more tractor barns, which just is my massive bottleneck right now. But let's just get rid of these. So normally they're taking up 128. We'll use the tractor barn. Can't build it, but it should tell us how many modules we'll get. So 192, right. So I guess I'll cut the space here at the bottom. Don't think I'll really be even able to fit that many. I have to go along the sides then. So they're going to need a tractor barn as well. And so will you. Because the module space. So, I guess for double the output... What's 192 minus this? It's like 60... Basically. 64 more tiles. Which is half that size. I see. So for a third... Well, for half of the extra space added on top, you get double the amount. I see. Fair enough. So it's still good, I guess. So let's keep going with this. We can't go up any further there, so we'll just go across. 183, 192. Alright, so that's what it'll be like, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'd hate to punish you,
So we'll be making 10 per minute, I guess. Are they all doing 1 minute cycles? Yeah, so that'll be 10 per minute, and we'll see what we need. Probably need even more, to be honest. And as tempting as it is to put the silos on it, as you can see, we don't have the dung, we don't have the animal farms. It's difficult to get that kind of part of the economy up and running. So still waiting on the first oil delivery. We could check where that is right now. I think it's on its way back to the New World to go collect. Yeah, there it is. It's got 165 on it because it's unloading 500 at a time. I feel like that's the amount we just manually added that can never get taken off of it. Because the ship has increased cargo space, but we never actually seem to use that. Alright, anyways, so... I suppose let's just build these. Alright, there we go. Just a bit of a reshuffle, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tractor barns needed, so 50 steam motors. I really would like to focus on getting more steam motors, but to do that I need to bring in way more ore through docklands, and we're low enough as it is on workforce, so it's a bit of a struggle for me. I've kind of mismanaged that quite badly. We'll get up to speed though, I'm sure eventually. It's just right now I'm bottlenecked by... And I did move this and forget to put it back in, actually, so pop that back over there. We'll move it where the old factories were. This one as well can just go in there. Okay, better. Alright, so that'll get back up and running now. Steel and brass. Steel is running out. Ugh. So much to keep track of.
I don't have all I need for my canvas.
I know. That's just another problem though, isn't it? Just kind of need to focus on one thing at a time. Be nice just to make the linen.
Hold the machines.
So the linseed I said was going to happen over here, right? Yeah. We actually have hemp over here. And there's lots of animal farms here. I think they have enough dung to go around. So again, we'll be needing more... Yeah, so we've actually got plenty of wood now. I'm just going to get rid of that. Right, so here we need linseed farms. So I'll have to turn on this and then see how many we need.
It's a surprise inspection.
So let's see if that'll be enough linen. So 4 linen buildings. That'll be 19 under 33, so no.
Your people are rioting.
Oh, stop. So only here could we get some more cloth benefits. What are you guys making? Sardines. Don't care about that textile factory getting a buff. We already make enough. Ooh, it would be nice to move that down just one more line. I can squeeze that in there. So that's what we got instead then. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could do another 4 if you really needed to in the future, or if you want to move this somewhere else. And then maybe some warehouses and stuff here, I think is probably what you'd need. Alright, oh, the question is, does power reach all the way down here? Yeah. Good. Alright, so now it'd be 38 over 33, so that would be enough. And the suits will obviously be enough as well. So the question is, how much linen and linseed do you need then on all islands? The 38 linseed per minute. That's so much. and hemp is 39. We're currently making 7. Maybe this is untenable. I don't know. This seems like maybe I'm going way too hard. Because the numbers are so high for this, I just don't see us... I don't know how we can hit that. Right now, you know, with the populations and stuff we have. Maybe I should just power down half of it and leave it there for the future. It just seems like, I don't know how you're going to do that. Now, the oil hasn't gotten here yet, so we don't see the true numbers of these things. And I guess they don't even have the steam motors right now. But obviously we would need so much more. So it'd be... What was it, 38 or something? Let's just assume 38. Let's say 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10 per minute. That's so much space. Do we need another 2 of these? At least that's to get to just the 30. We need, yeah, another 3 of these. I don't think I can do it without the silos, right? You need the dung. How much dung do we make in the world? Not enough. Damn, man. It's so difficult. Maybe I'm thinking of the... Yeah, I think it's just too much. You know, it is double the amount of suits that we need. So let's half that.
Trying to, of course, silly me.
Alright. So that frees up that entire left thing. We won't need as many of these either then. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to see what that would look like. Although I think it's not telling me the true number really either, because the workers won't be on 100% right now. Maybe. But let's just assume it's going to be those 4. Because that's half as well, right? So 4. Alright, so that means we still need to double up the amount of linseed and linen. Sorry, wrong island. There we go. And hemp, sorry. So just another 5 of these. Maybe that'll be enough. Let's try to make some use of some space down this way, though. Actually bring this down here. Alright, that can reach, and obviously if we pave it, it'll reach the whole way. Oh man. All of this just because I thought, like, well, fur is a bit of a pain. But this has become much bigger pain since they added the linseed, I think. So that's 4 and 5. So that'll be hopefully all we need. We might need 1 more. Alright, we just do a tractor module on each one, but again, we're not going to have that for a while. It's just the way it is. I could maybe just spend the money with Nate. I mean, it's so much money, but we do have 1.8 million right now, so it's like... Maybe, but it's like 15,000 or something for 1. It's crazy. Let's have a look at how much it would be. I'm tempted to do it, you know. I'm gonna do it. 878,000 just for 50 steam motors, but I don't want to sit around waiting so long, you know. So let's just bring them home. That's what money's for, I guess. Let me know when you get there. I suppose we could bring them right to this island, actually. So let's do that instead.
Flagship ready for orders.
Okay. He's on the way. Right, let's go with this then. So, hemp fields. Presumably you know that we need...
A free people with freedom to create.
Alright, there you go. It's crazy, but it has to be done. Boom. Alright, now, once they get their oil, so we need 10 tractor ones. So at least we could power 5 of them now, and then we're making... Although we need to get the oil up and running too, so hopefully if we've got 20 yet... We've only got 9. We've only made 2. Jeez. I know we were low on steel though, I guess. Damn. Can we bring in steel? Is there anything I can do just quickly to get some more? Maybe we should get another export office. Oh, it's a loading wharf? Damn you. Alright, so that's 2 more contracts and he's arriving in 9 minutes. I don't suppose he can bring in steam motors. No, didn't think so. Oh, nice. The mods have added get some items in here. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, it's like its own thing. Music. World famous music instrument producer. Sweet. That's cool that you can do that. Suits. So we're selling salt at the moment. So we've actually got a load of iron ore, maybe not enough coal. Is that what's happening? So let's just try to bring in coal. Let's add more salt there. And even just for now, I don't care, man. Just make sure it keeps running, you know? And what about steel? Can we just get steel itself? You can if we have 12 export and import contracts. Wow. Yeah, let's just do this. It seems like we're low on coal. Now, I didn't think that was an issue, but I might have just forgotten. Coal picks up from Narbonne, then goes to Brundisium, then drops it, okay, and then goes back. So it's doing multiple trips. That's such a long journey that it makes me think that storage should be increased here. We're only storing up to 250, and these are full, right? Yeah.
A competitor's island withstood an attack.
Let's try that. Oh my god, I just saw the time on this. We're going kind of long. Oh, actually, my time might be a bit messed up from the time lapse. So now I have no idea. That's all good. Oh, the guy's back already. Nice. I'll tell you what, we're also just going to make a manual delivery. Oh, it's already just been picked up. Cool. Right, we have to go pick up some bricks, drop them across. Hopefully that'll just keep things running. So what I need to really check then, I suppose, is steel, right? So steel is at 35 to 36, so it's slightly under, but not too bad. It's pretty close, that we could maybe just buff them a bit. So maybe just say like 10%. Hopefully that'll help. And another thing we could do is maybe wind down the amount of steel beams we produce, because I don't really need them as much now. Although I don't see them. Am I blind? Steel beams. Oh, you can scroll this list. Wow, I never knew. Yeah, let's just say like -20. Just chill out for a bit on that. So that will ease up on the steel that we have. So that should be enough steel. But the question then becomes about iron ore and coal. So if we have a look at all islands and we just go raw materials. So coal is at 37 to 39. Iron is at 40 to 41. So pretty close, to be fair. Pretty close. So we bring in some with docklands, maybe things then will balance out a bit. So maybe I won't go so crazy. Let's just say like, I don't know, bring in 200 for now. And that should hopefully just keep the ball rolling. Oh yeah, we could sell weapons. We're not using those. I wonder, are we still producing weapons, actually? Because if we are, you could maybe stop. On Island 1. It used to be... Oh yeah, there it is. It's probably not a bad idea having a little bit on the go, and we can just try to get rid of some. So how much is it per minute? Every minute 30 we get 1. That's not much to sell, but we could maybe start selling like 20. Because I think it's got a pretty good exchange rate. And what could we... Oh, you could bring in hemp. Well, look at that. Can you bring in linseed? You could bring in linen and just cut out all of this crap. Maybe we should just be doing that. What's the exchange rate?
From its voyage.
108. So we're using like 30 per minute, so it's not much, you know. We'd need something like 600.
There's a wombat slow and forget it.
It might even be more than that. He comes by every 25 minutes. Just leave me alone. Try to think.
You're right. We need some perspective.
Right, so he comes by every 25 minutes. So I'm just got a calculator. 25 minutes, and then we said that we're only using half the amount of linen now. So 17. So that's 425 is what we would need. Now, I'm already making some, right? I'm not going to just throw in the towel. We should be making enough. It's just the strain that it's putting on everything. It's like, oh man, maybe just to get the ball rolling, you can just bring in some temporarily. But I'd rather bring in the hemp, I guess. As the rate wouldn't be as bad. You could probably get a lot more bang for your buck. So let's do 20. So 318 hemp, that's pretty good. See, that's what we need to be doing, I think, anyway, right? It's just bringing in, finding something. I was hoping that suits could be my thing that I sell to get, like, really good amounts of raw materials. So we could bring in wood, we could bring in clay, iron, coal. That's ultimately what I want to use Docklands for, just bringing in high volume of goods, because I can't get it anywhere else at this point. Yeah, so I'm kind of out of options. Speaking of, are we, is oil, hey, oil's arrived. These have arrived. The tractor barns are working. I didn't check if these are how much we got rid of, because I feel like we're probably making less than we were before. So let's just get a few extra of these, but I'll leave a gap of 2, knowing that we can buff them as well.
Spare a thought for us.
So for now, we'll just go out in a big straight line. Gonna say no. What's that do? Cigar, flour mills. Yeah, okay, actually.
It's our human right.
It's our human right.
You only exist. You're not alive.
Okay, that's pretty deep. Alright, that might help things a little bit. Let's do another one here. Tractor, 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 no tractor. But that's okay, just for now. Because we just need to make sure that I was making enough as I was before.
We're taking every care.
132. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this footprint of this, it's so massive that I just can't help but think Docklands. It's just gotta be. And there's other things I wanted to get to today as well that we haven't even started with. So calamari, it requires workers as well. Let's do it.
Your people are riot.
Ugh. Can you maybe not? They're rioting here as well. I'm so turned around. Albion. Oh, it's the far north island. I thought it was still the one I was just on. That's okay then. Why are they rioting out of nowhere? Alright, so how are we doing here now? So they've got everything they need, which is great. It's just because they're the ones eating the seafood stews. Are we still sending it? Ah, we're not even sending it anymore. That could be part of the problem. So let's see how much we're producing. Seafood stew. Alright, so we need another kitchen that makes it. I have no idea where we make it right now. Ah, so just over there. Build another one, I guess. They're taking in potatoes, vegetables, and calamari. I think they should have enough on this island. Oh my god, they don't even have enough on this island. There's so much. Why does this game want to punish me so much?
When do we start again?
Alright, let's turn those 2 on. That should be enough. Thought machines had stolen me job. Okay, so you got enough now. You don't have enough calamari. Really? Well, there's always this side. But that's 50 people, isn't it? Yeah, 50 workers. It's kind of a lot.
Is it wrong to want more?
Alright, a music school can buff us a little bit here. I'll reorganize this place too. It'll all be reorganized, I promise. Let's drop off the steam motors. Let's go pick up some stuff. We need construction material mostly now. Right, so I can't remember why I originally brought this ship here. But we're going to take that, and a bit of this. Sure, a little bit of everything. Why not bring this over?
Room to maneuver.
Man, this one feels like it's been quite hectic. Right, so let's get the hemp rolling. We'll do this side first, I suppose. What am I missing now? Steel? Okay, we'll have to wait for that thing to get here. steel, and it's 10 maintenance. That's fine. All of this just to try and make
The
suits.
strike has ended.
So linseed, is that... I can't... I'm so frazzled. We cleared the space, but I never actually built the damn thing. Right, so let's do that. See, now I'm starting to think like, oh, we could bring in the hemp. Maybe those should be linseed farms instead. Would that be better? I think it might be. There's quite limited space here. Yeah, I think I might have to do that. At least these tractor barns haven't been built, so we'll use this for linseed instead. So if we can cut out one of the crops, that'd be great. So flax. We've got fertility on all islands, thanks to the save game compatibility thing. Alright, in fact I'll just copy this one. I'll just paste those ones down. Out of wood. Did I bring wood on that ship? I did. Good. Alright, it has just arrived. Right on time. Yeah, so we got our... Let's do a tractor barn there, and then we'll do 1 or 2 on this side too. Alright, that's the best we can do. Alright, 108. Is that true? 108? That seems quite low. Even with the tractor barn, it's only 108. That changes things considerably. Yeah, okay, move this down then. What was the hemp? Hemp was like 192. Jeez. Alright, yeah, this is way better then. I think get rid of hemp. Just try to bring it in through Docklands, if that's the case. Yeah, sorry to keep moving the goalposts almost quite literally. Just gonna keep moving this further down then. Alright, so up to 108. Let's go. And I suppose we want to bring it all the way up to the very edge of that wheat or grain. Oh my god! No! I watched that happen in slow motion. 10 steam motors, man. That's like 150,000 that I just burned. I right-clicked, I swear I did. It's just, I think sometimes there's like a bit of lag in the game. I'm not blaming the game on lag, but it's like hard to describe. If you play the game, you know, for sure you know. I have to defend myself here, but I definitely clicked it, but it might have been that my mouse was over something else, so it didn't really click off, that kind of thing. That's what I mean, just a bit of some jank, but user error, no doubt. I do know better. Still removed it. Ugh. Alright, how are we looking? It's okay. That's 108. Good. Alrighty. Mistakes were made. There we go. Hemp. Or not hemp. Linseed. So we need to... First trade route of the game, actually. I'm just going to search for question mark trade routes. So... This has room for more, but that's okay. We'll just set up a new ship then. That goes from Narbo straight to Nova Roma. And right now, we're just going to pick up the hemp. No, that's already been moved. The... Linseed? Let's put a regular ship on it right now. It's in the New World, but by the time it gets here, this place will be full of stuff. So am I not moving hemp at all? Oh, I am here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would have been nice to add it onto this, but oh well. So I'm dropping 100 at a time in there. But it's after just getting a batch from Docklands. Okay. Man, these are so much trouble, but at least they're out there now. Doubling productivity. Just feels like it's just something all feels off about it now. It's like, I just feel like it's not worth it. Now, if we got a trade union here.
You will remember your benefactor, I hope.
And then we went for a look-see at one of the outposts, the traders.
Cyclidion, where the winds of change swirl and crystallize into ideas more radiant than any gemstone.
We can maybe see if there's some, you know, some items that we can buy. Trade unions, all production buildings and gasworks. All fodder silos. Productivity increased. Workforce needed increased. Productivity of silos be increased. Just trying to think what that would really do. Like if this went up to increase its productivity. I don't really get it. I mean... Oh yeah, I'm still trying to work out, like, is this the... It says like 100 to 150%, and you get more items and stuff, which is great, out of the base farm. But does that mean the productivity of this building? Or does it mean the productivity of this, the silo itself? I assume it must be the silo itself. Okay, so that's actually a really, really good item then. We need to get that. Because if we get up to 150... Yeah, then we're making... Every 3 cycles we make 2 items. Great. Alright, well, ships are on the way.
New orders?
Alright, it's only 15,000 as well. It's not too expensive.
Duty done. Time for a kip.
Alright, we'll plop him in there. See how that goes. So, this is going to have to be a multi-episode effort, I guess, as I'm trying to... Oh my god, I never gave them... Oh, I got rid of their warehouse. Whoops. Alright. A multi-episode effort where I'm trying to just get suits running. But then also some of the other base ingredients, like seafood stew. Alright, so that should be more workforce on this island now. Now they've got the music school, so that's 6 extra pescatarians for all the blue rooftops. That's pretty good. They need suits, funnily enough, when they upgrade like that. At least the base tier here is happy. Yeah, so when we get more people, hopefully if we've got 50, we can get another calamari building. Oh man. And then we're just waiting to get another oil tanker and then more. Yeah, so there's our 20. And then more tractor barns. I can't believe I didn't get to turn these on today though. It would be nice to make that first drop of linseed. And then we can at least say we got the linen done. There's 13 on the way. Alright, let's turn on the linen and see how much of the workforce is needed then. Okay. And how much material, sorry. So... That can't be right, really? 38 tons per minute. That's so incredibly high. Oh, it turned them all on, that's why. Phew. That was scary. So 19. It's a bit more manageable. So basically we'd need 10 buildings, all with tractor barns, to get that number.
A competitor's island is under siege.
Man, I'm finding this really difficult to pull this stuff together, man. You know? It's tricky. I wish I could sit back and pretend I have all the answers here, but I feel like a lot of my choices have just led to... Like, trying these alternates, it seems to be actually more trouble than it's worth. If you can't bring in linseed, and I don't have it set up in Embesa, then it just seems like that is not going to happen. So then you're back to fur coats. Sulfur. Is sulfur in the game normally? No, right? Maybe I'll have to rethink this then. This just doesn't seem like it's going to come together the way I want it to. It's too much. The requirements, since they updated it to include linseed, it's just for me, in my given situation. Like, Lindsay can be put anywhere, which is great, but it's just too much, like, is needed. That's what it feels like. And it's like, well, maybe we should just give the suits to the pescatarians, right? That's what they need, and we'll just go back with the fur coats for everyone else. Be interested to see what you guys think on that one, because it does seem difficult. But maybe I'm just massively missing something obvious.
Painflix pickets, healthy honest protest. If some silver spoon stiffs want to deny us that, we'll take them shiny spoons.
What are you talking about? What was that? Also, where the hell is that item that I just got? There he is. Do I have 2 flagships? Oh, that's just a schooner. I see. Oh, no. It's fodder silos, not dung silos. So it's just these ones. Still, though, it still provides that benefit. But yeah, these are... We're only getting 2 of them rather than more than 2. Rather than all of these I was hoping to get. Damn. Yeah, these aren't counted as fodder. It's dung. Still interesting, though. I mean, you do get more stuff, and we get more dung as a result, I guess. Or no, milk. And then dung as a result. Yeah, okay, God. Oh, struggling, guys. I am struggling. Part of me just wants to restart this whole thing. Because I'm like, oh, I've messed up. There's so many people were like, oh, I want to see like how he handles like all the DLC and like throw mods on. It's like, I'm not handling it very well. It's too much. It has become too much. At least in the way I play, trying to keep things on multiple islands. Oh, alright, anyway, that's going to have to be it for me today. Don't worry, the series is not ending, but I want to see what people say about this, and I'll try to course correct again, I guess, in the next one. I do think this is way too much work. I'm looking at it just thinking, like, it's not working out. You know, it's just not working. I'm not delivering on it. So I'll have to improve it. Alright, well, that's going to be it. I think also in the next episode I'm going to reorganize these guys so I can kind of get a handle on my pescatarian workforce a bit better. Because, yeah, we've run out of the sardines as well. That might just actually just right here at the end. Am I still delivering it? I am, so I'm obviously just not making enough. Damn. Yeah, there's 100 on that island, which sounds good, but we're obviously just low. Yep. And that's a pain. Right, we need more ore, we need more olive oil, which has to be pressed from the olives. It's a whole thing. And then they need warehouses probably here. It never ends. There's so much to do. Alright, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching, truly, and I will see you in the next one.